Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us on the Boostly podcast. This is the podcast that gives you the tools, the tactics, and the training so you can get more direct bookings. My name is Liam Carolan, and today we are shining the Boostly spotlight on one of the services that will help you and your guests live like a local. So let me introduce to you Ben Levy. He is the CEO and founder of LocalBird. Welcome along, Ben.
Thanks for having me, Liam.
No worries. So I'm not going to steal any thunder away from you, Ben. I know sometimes I like to give an introduction into your service, but I'm going to let you introduce yourself and LocalBird. So let's get started by saying, introduce a little bit about yourself, whereabouts in the world that you're broadcasting this from, and anything else you'd like to say about yourself before we then dive into LocalBird.
Yes. So right now I'm broadcasting this from Miami. I grew up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. It's a small suburb outside of Philadelphia. When I was 19, I moved to Israel, served in the military. After that, went to school, started kind of a little startup that was a marketplace. So was really trying to, understand how to, get into entrepreneurship through that. And LocalBird is a virtual concierge for vacation rentals. And we help vacation rental managers provide more value to their guests while being able to monetize off of the experiences and services that their guests are booking during their stay. And it kind of started when we, at the peak of COVID, when everything was shut down. Our original startup was kind of, didn't really work out because of kind of what's happening around tourism. And we stayed at a vacation rental in Hawaii. And, we were looking for things to do. Specifically, we wanted to rent a surfboard. And we asked the host, if he can help us with recommendations. And he basically gave us, this guidebook or like this, binder with a bunch of like printed, information that was, at that moment, we understood that there's a lot of, opportunity in digitizing the guest experience, especially when it has to do with finding local experiences and services.
How did you feel when you first realized that it was a good idea, that there's actually, something in this that you could actually develop? And what problem do you think it solves overall? What is the in one or two lines, what sort of problem does it solve?
Yeah, so, at first we weren't sure that, transactions were actually going to occur. We figured we're going to give this as a service to hosts, and we aim to get transactions and do whatever we can in order to make it happen. But it wasn't a given. But once it started working, it was a little bit of a surprise to us that people were actually going and booking things through the service.
Where did the name LocalBird come from?
Honestly, I think at first it was something with a bird. I think it was like something else, but it kind of evolved, I guess, as soon as we launched, and we, had to really figure out a name because we had the logo with the bird. We were just, looking for something. A bird is a symbol of freedom in a lot of different cultures, and yeah, just it fit together. It's like has to do with travel. And
how does a host get started? So if there's going to be hosts listening into this thinking, well, how do I get started? And how do they interact with the platform?
Yeah, so basically you can go into the website and, sign up as a host. And then from there, we'll get on a Zoom call and chat. But you can basically, from there, you can share your link in the post confirmation emails, as well as send the link pre-arrival and through a QR code. And, we're really trying to get creative with how we share our experiences with guests through various blog posts and discounts that we're offering. So yeah, it's really kind of a partnership kind of scenario where we're constantly trying to provide more content and more experiences to then offer the guests.
Why would those local service providers want to get involved?
Yeah, so actually, like whenever there's a place where there's a lot of tourism, a lot of times, most of the travelers that are booking things with tourism providers are actually coming from hotels and vacation rentals. So the hosts are actually in a unique position to sell those experiences and to partner with the local vendors. And, we've had local vendors that we've reached out to, and they told us, yeah, we're actually looking for vacation rentals and property managers to partner up with. So it kind of, fits perfectly, when we kind of are trying to digitize and streamline that transaction, as opposed to having it happen, with a bunch of phone calls and tracking how much commissions are being owed to who, and manually facilitating the transaction.
How do you get paid as for your service? Is there a sign-up fee, or is it a case of, are you making money on the transactions? And how does the host get paid as well?
Yeah, so it's free for hosts. Our business model is based off of marketplace transactions. So whenever a guest books an experience through LocalBird, we'll have a take rate that we charge the vendor, and we'll give a portion of that to the host. So the hosts are earning 10% off of each experience that's booked through our platform.
Is there any aspects? One of the things we do on Boostly is talk about direct bookings, and is there any aspects where you can think this helps promote direct bookings, and if so, how?
Yeah, I think what we're doing is directly aligned with the direct book, like the book direct strategy, because if you're not relying on Airbnb or Booking or OTA, then you're kind of on your own in terms of providing the seamless user experience, and you're competing with people who their whole job is to create that seamless user experience, and one of those. One part of that experience is actually, giving the local experience of the place that your destination is, because people aren't coming and saying, hey, I'm so excited to stay in this vacation rental. They're coming and saying, I'm so excited to stay in this destination. And that's like, once you kind of incorporate that in the user experience of, while they're booking and after they're booking, actually providing those experiences, and obviously being able to monetize off of that is really what we're going for. And I think it's also a good way to, give, an alternative booking experience that's not as, that is equally, smooth and seamless.
What does the future look like for LocalBird?
Yeah, so right now we're super focused on expanding in the US. And we're looking to be a global brand, and really consolidate our position as the market leader of virtual concierge services, which is a pretty loosely defined term nowadays, but we're really looking to set the standard for what it's supposed to look like.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you if you're listening to this or watching on the live. I know there's a lot of places you can put your attention, and I really thank you for putting it with Boostly. Hopefully you've got some good insights as to LocalBird on this, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks very much, and bye-bye for now.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Boostly podcast. Boostly like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely.